I think he can hear you, Ray.
Don't move. It won't hurt you.
I feel the need for speed. Ow! So together we're the Three Amigos.
Right here. Stop. Batman, what happened? Are you okay?
He's slimy. Is it getting hot in here? Is it just me?
No, go past this. Past this part. In fact, never play this again.
Hey, and welcome to After the Weekend. My name is JT Gunn, and then we have BeardOfLiberty over here on
Howdy.
my. Would that be the right side? Okay, so I am thrilled to be here on Monday night with all of you to review our next movie for Spooky October. First of all, Beard, how are you?
Doing pretty good, thanks. Thanks for asking. It's this was a movie. It certainly was.
It is a movie. It is a movie. It is a movie. It's not a TV show. It is a movie.
Yeah.
And the movie we're going to talk about, I'm going to save that. We're going to leave a nice little surprise. But everyone, if you're new to the channel, this is After the Weekend, where we review older movies from the 80s, 90s, sometimes 2000. And then we just kind of remember the great golden years of movies in our mind. So recently on our channel, we have our top 5 movie rentals out there for 1985, 86, 87 comes out tomorrow. Make sure you hit that bell to get notified when that goes live. And then we'll have 88, 89 in the next few weeks as well. Our two's already ready for this. Oh my God. Yeah, that's pretty much the title. Now, we have a guest. He was here last week. It is his fault that we reviewed the movie that's coming up next. He picked it. He suggested it. And we have Death Row. How are you?
Oh, pleasant.
Yeah, Trolls. Not the internet trolls. We are going to review Troll 2. But before we get into that, Death Row, why did you pick Troll 2? Just curious. And how are you, by the way?
I saw this movie as a kid on HBO, and it kind of stuck with me for a long time. And then I had a friend that also saw it too. We used to make jokes about the bologna sandwich all the time.
Yeah, it's going to stick with me. Is correct.
So it's kind of stuck in the back of my head for a long time. And then 2009, they came out with a documentary called Best Worst Movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I did not know that one of the main actors, specifically the one playing the dad in this, is a dentist that only lives one county over from where I live right now.
Wow.
So that's kind of what led me to pick this movie. It's like it's kind of near and dear, but at the same time, I know it's a bad movie, but that's the point. You know.
Hello, Unlocking Lord. Good to see you, Maria. Evening. Yeah, we're it is fit for a spooky October. I'll tell you that. But yes, tonight we are reviewing Troll 2, and there's some history to this movie. It's not a sequel. By the way, it is just a second movie, because one Troll movie was not enough. That was literally the tagline. And you explained this really well, Death Row, on your last show, why they chose to do this and not make a sequel. Like, what was the deal for that?
Well, if you watch the documentary Best Worst Movie, one of the reasons is because the original movie was called Goblin on the script.
Okay.
And something happened. I think Goblin was already taken by another movie or was licensed some other way.
Mm-hmm.
And Troll 2 was the next best thing. That's the only thing I can think of. Because even if you ask the director and the writer of this movie, they won't admit there's not actually any trolls in Troll 2.
No, they're other types of creatures. Now, if you look at the poster there at the bottom of our thumbnail, it says celebrate one of the most disrespected horror films in recent history and fall in love with its genuine failure. So this movie we're setting you up big, folks. This is not
it's not trying to pretend that it's anything else but a bad movie.
Hey, what's up, Squeaka? Good to see you. Troll 2 is coming to a theater near you. Yeah, a lot of eating in this movie. A lot of eating. Before I continue on, like I said, this was not a sequel to this movie, which is Troll, which I believe came out in the 80s, right?
Yeah, this came out in 1986, and it actually stars somebody that, if you watch it, you'll recognize him immediately, but it's Noah Hathaway, which played Atreyu in the Never-Ending Story.
Oh, you mean the guy that got the horse killed?
Exactly.
Okay.
He's
the
main character in this movie, Troll.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna have to pull up your channel here just a second. So here's your channel. So if you want to watch a full review on Defro's channel, go right ahead. It's right here, Troll, 1986. I think you'll like it. Here's a link to his channel. If I can just get my mouse to work for some reason. There we go. Okay. But yeah, it good stuff. That's a good review. You did a good job. I have seen that movie once.
And it's been a while since I watched it, and I didn't even realize that was the same guy from the Never-Ending Story till recently.
Okay.
And I was like, it didn't dawn on me until I rewatched it again. I'm like, holy crap, that is him. He just has a little bit shorter hair.
Right. Does his name get yelled in the movie like Atreyu?
But his name, no, I don't know if it gets yelled, but it is Harry Potter Jr.
Oh, so there's not a scene like this? No.
Nah.
I doubt it in this movie or that movie too. This wasn't okay. Well, anyways, now before we move again, like one more thing I want to do for you, Defro. I want to give you a big thank you for picking this movie and this movie series. I really want to give you a standing ovation. This is one of the. I'm gonna leave it. I'll save it for the later. But let's just say, yeah. Beard, was that the first watch for you?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
I mean, I had seen clips, I knew about it, and I think I'd actually seen parts of the documentary before, because I started to watch that after I watched the movie, and some of it seemed very familiar. So I just didn't recall it. But this was the first time I'd actually seen the entire movie all in one go.
Yeah, me too. I think I've seen clips, I think GIFs of this movie or like some type of meme or something. But hats off to you, Defro. So you basically
just when I think you've said the stupidest thing ever, you keep talking.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well,
Hey,
thank you for picking
I had to throw something out there that was bad before I give you a good movie.
Yeah, you did say, okay, when we invited you on for October, we're going to go 4 Mondays. You picked 2 movies. You picked a bad one and a good one. We have not reviewed the good one yet. But this. You're guessing that this one is the bad one, I'm guessing.
Yeah, that would be about right.
Yeah. Beard's Hobbit Feet. Oh, okay. What about your feet?
R2's
Hobbit?
trying to sell feet pictures that I did not agree to.
He's trying to pimp out beard feet right now.
Super chat, $50. Get Beard's feet. Okay. R2 did put a. He's not in today. He's taking the rest of the month off to prep for his surgery. He did put a poll in the chat. So if you have not seen this movie or have seen this movie, please vote.
It's got 6 votes right now, and it's 50-50.
Right. All right. Beard, the troll in the upper left corner kind of looks like you when you haven't had any cigars.
Yeah, too much hair though, but yeah. That's basically my grumpy face.
Question for you, Death Bro. I'm gonna ask you a lot of questions since you are the pro at this movie. Why are there so many different posters in this movie? That guy on the left behind that kid's not even in the movie.
No, it's not. That on the I'm looking at it. It's on the right. That is the original VHS cover, and since this movie it basically went to VHS. I mean the rental stores when it released. It never went to theater at all.
Yeah, we'll get
into
a
lot of the. And if you watch the documentary, a lot of the actors thought it was going to go to theater.
Oh, really? They did?
Yeah. Well, no, they didn't think they didn't know if it was going to be good or not. And I think the kid, the actor that plays the kid, got his copy of the movie for Christmas. And he said he watched it Christmas morning and he pretty much knew his career was over with.
Yeah. That's really sad.
That's his first role, and he was so excited. But by the end of it, even as a child, Hollywood had already dashed his dreams against the rocks.
He's done okay. His name is Michael Paul Stephenson. We'll get into it later, but he's done some stuff. Let's just say it's not.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Now he's more or less producing films and documentaries and that kind of thing. And one of the first documentary actually was about this movie.
Yeah. Well, just so you know, when I was watching this movie, my wife came in and was.
But she immediately walked back out.
No, she kept asking questions about what this movie was about, and I'm like, I tried to explain it to her. We're gonna try to explain it to you all tonight as well. So this came out in 1990, I believe, or around 1991. Directed by Claudio Fragoso.
Yes,
I think that's how you say that.
And it's written by his wife, which is the Rosali.
Okay,
I can't even say that name. To be honest with you,
were they directors and writers of the first movie?
No, they had nothing to do with the first movie.
So this movie was completely separate, just in name only.
Let the romance begin.
Romancing the bone?
I did something wrong, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. I'm confused here. Why is the kid different? Beard?
I have no idea.
Why did they just use a stock photo of some kid from a Halloween store or something?
They don't even have axes.
Yeah, no. It's a totally different monster.
Yeah, it wasn't until I think it wasn't until it made it to DVD that they actually used a photo from the actual movie on the cover. Okay. I think this one just somebody made it up and threw it out there and went with it.
Well, everybody, I have a surprise for you. I am going to show the intro to this movie. And I really don't care if YouTube dings me. We may pause it once. But I really don't care. So we're just going to get into it. You ready? Okay.
Let's do it.
Can you hear it?
Yes.
Okay.
Peter was a courageous boy, but that dawn, he could feel.
Who the frick is Peter?
Fears to his skin like dew on leaves. The fog was thick enough to make him lose.
This was supposed to happen in America. Does this guy look like an American to you?
Maybe from a Ren Fair.
Okay.
Lose his way home. Then he began to hear strange noises coming from the depths of the forest. He noticed a presence small shadows that seemed to giggle as they followed.
It's the world's ugliest Ewoks.
What is this? Like, I mean, this dude's like, why did I make this movie?
It looks like that comedian right here.
In his footsteps,
Who are they, Grandpa?
cruel, deformed forest dweller.
Did you hear that, Beard?
Yes.
What did they say again?
Oh, they said?
What are
I
these
didn't
things
hear
called?
The trolls.
Stupid fat hobbits.
They're goblins.
Haughty creatures, spiteful and impudent. They are the vengeful and evil goblins. The little people of
Did he say infinite? Is that what he
What
said?
did they want with him? What did Peter
The best actor in this whole movie is this kid.
Yeah.
By the way,
do to the goblins?
I'm not kidding.
That's the point. Goblins don't need to justify their cruel acts. They are evil creatures. But let me go on, please.
Okay, I won't interrupt you anymore.
To make a long story short, Peter started to run and run.
Why would the book say that? The book would not say that. Now, I don't know if it's a goat movie. He looks like a Robin Hood and evil, ugly Ewok. Yeah. Yeah, Beard zoom in. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You talking about like right here when he's like.
Yeah.
And from what I understand, no, they did not make it purposely bad, and I think their creators kind of didn't like that people thought it was bad and
Peter
laughed at it that way.
Run and run and
That dog is scarier than these things.
Can we buy this music somewhere? Yeah, it is.
I mean, it
I
did have a soundtrack.
Yeah, I almost literally took this music and put it in our intro, Beard. I was thinking about doing that. No. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, and everyone, please make sure to hit that like, even though we're reviewing one of the worst movies ever. So we're gonna keep going.
Some of those goblin faces, man. Some of them.
Yeah. Hey JT, we have that overlay to put on the screen just to be safe. I know. We'll be okay. Trust me. I don't think anyone cares about this movie.
JT secretly wants this stream to be taken down.
We're almost done.
You can always put it at like double speed or something like that.
Pretty much, yes, they were.
All right, so there's the beginning. I'm not going to ruin it for anyone else, and I'll spoil it all, but that is the intro to the movie. It is not one of the best movies ever. You are watching Troll 2, not Trolls 1, and there's not a troll in this movie. It's basically a movie trolling you, is what it's doing. Now,
Really
the
is.
premise of this whole movie starts out with this family. They apparently, the dad just wants to be a farmer. He wants to live his life off grid. He wants to be a farmer, and he's trying to convince. He's taking his family with him, and he arranges some type of home exchange vacation
It's such a weird thing. Just like
where he,
let
yeah, where
strangers
he,
live and move into your home and just be like,
yeah. So
we trust you.
and they don't explain this very well. So basically, he's taking his whole family and he's leaving. He's going to a town called Neilbog. We won't get into this. And then he meets another weird family in Neilbog, and they basically switch houses. They're going to go to, which you never hear from again. They just go into the city.
No, you do hear from one more time.
Yeah.
But it was kind of an awkward situation there.
Yeah, we'll get into that. But yeah, Aaron B with not trolls. Yep. And then it's funny because they're very rude to them. They're kind of out of it, right? And the dad's like, "Hey, we got a TV and a microwave, all the latest appliances,
the modern abilities, even a refrigerator." Ooh.
He even said a video. What is a video? Like he said, literally said the words, "We have a microwave and a video." What video? What, like you have a VCR? Like what is it?
He has a VCR and a TV, man.
But he just said microwave and video. Like,
well, one of the things I learned from the documentary is that the guy that plays the dad, George Hardy, him and the rest of the cast would sit on the porch of that house and try to figure out exactly what the script was telling them to do. Because there's a lot of stuff that was lost in translation because like the director and writer are both from Spain.
Okay.
And they didn't speak English really well. And so they were trying to figure out like what was lost in translation, what was not. Because there's like even a moment in the documentary, the writer is trying to tell the goblins to go up the stairs. And what she was trying to say was go up that hill.
Right.
And yeah, like that kind of stuff was lost in translation. Yeah. So that could be one of the things that happened on that part of the script right there. And
if I remember correctly, the director really wanted them to stick with his vision and the script that was written. So like you were saying, they'd sit there and try to make heads or tails of things like, well, maybe we could do it this way. That makes a little bit more sense. And he'd basically be like, no, you do it this way.
Yeah.
But this makes more sense. We say this. No. Okay.
There's a heck of a lot of translation loss. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. So this is the family. It's a father, mother, and an older daughter and a boy. This little boy, before they go to the house, by the way, he is literally that grandpa you saw, person reading him the book. Is not alive. He's dead. He's a ghost. So he's getting read to bedtime stories from his dead grandpa, who died 2 weeks ago, by the way. Yeah. So he's reading this book to him and about the goblins and the story of the goblins, and he's telling him not to go don't go to what's it called again? Neilbog?
Yeah.
Don't go to Neilbog. Hey Emma, how are you doing? Good to see you. Because you'll get eaten by goblins. So his grandfather, through this whole movie, he's a ghost, and he's literally warning the kid because he's the only one that can see him, right? For the most part. Yep. Yeah. Until later. Yeah.
That's what that one time he got the wrong room.
Yeah. There's a lot of wrong rooms in this movie. So there's your family of a kid that sees his dead grandpa and no goblins.
What?
Okay. Just it's okay, people. We'll be all right. Beard, what did you think about the dead grandpa?
It was an interesting idea to go with it, but I mean, until later, it didn't really factor in a whole lot more than just kind of a storytelling trope.
Yeah. Did you like when his mom was like, "Grandpa's been dead for 2 weeks. Get over it."
Yeah, we're going on a happy vacation, letting people live in our house. No, I mean, it could have been done a lot better because that does make sense. You could use that storytelling item to to bring in later, where the family doesn't believe the kid because they think he's just, still kind of scarred and hasn't emotionally gotten over the event and everything like that. They could have been played a lot better in a better story, I think. In this story, it's basically just narration until later on when he basically becomes the actual ghost in the machine, the Deus Ex Machina of the story.
Yeah, right. Okay, so the next characters obviously is goblins.
Yes.
These guys kind of remind me of another really horrible, scary movie we reviewed in October, literally a year ago, which was the Clowns from Outer Space movie.
Oh yeah.
These guys look like them, don't they? Why is it always in October we get these movies to review?
Well, I mean, the clown movies are actually a decent movie. This is nowhere near.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. Everyone.
JT has got no tolerance for BS tonight.
Yeah, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. That's what it was. Sorry, I forgot about the most viewed of our movies in the 80s and also the worst movie.
I don't know how well people can see it, but the image in the top left corner, the goblin that's not the most left, but the one just to the right of that one, that is my favorite goblin mask.
The one that looks like a disgruntled granny.
Yeah, it actually looks basically like, when I first saw it, I thought it was actually just a puppet because it looks like nobody could actually physically see out of anything, any part of that mask.
You were watching this movie close enough to pick your favorite mask.
It stood out. All the other ones look pretty generic. That one looks like they realized they had one less mask, so they just went to the prop room and ripped the head off a puppet.
It's pretty creepy too.
Christopher Nolan got the idea of Inception from this movie. No, that's a lie. That is not true. I hope that's not true. But these are the goblins. There's a scene in this movie where the daughter wants her boyfriend to come to this house with her to spend the summer with her. Parents don't like the boyfriend. He thinks he's a good for nothing, right? Hangs out with his friends too much. So he brings his friends in an RV to this same location, Neil Bog, and his friend, who looks like the typical 90s guy with the glasses in a movie, is the first one to be introduced to the trolls or goblins. Sorry. Name your movie Goblins if you want people to call them goblins. But that was that's kind of fun, right? That's where that meme comes from, where the "oh my god," right?
Yes. Oh my.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we'll show that here in a second too. So his friends get kind of separated, which I don't know why, but they do. That's okay. I'm a little sad that you don't want to stick around for this fantastic movie. Here is the cast of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And there's Joshua Michael Paul Stevenson.
Yep.
Stephenson.
That's the kid.
Yeah, that's the kid. Then you have George Hardy, which is...
Yeah, that's the one that lives one county over from me and is a dentist.
You know what also I heard? I think he's on Sex and the City. Then you have Margot... I don't know, Margot. Prey. That's from Beard? Christmas Vacation.
Oh, yeah.
You don't know what I meant there?
No, I couldn't have told you off the top of my head, but I've definitely seen that movie a lot. I just don't recall.
Okay. All right. Then we have Connie Young, who is the daughter. Robert Ormsby, he's the grandpa. We haven't got to the witch yet. Yeah, there's a witch in this movie.
Credence Leonore Gielgud.
Hey, Goose, you big stud!
That's me, honey.
Take me to bed or lose me forever.
Show me the way home, honey.
And she is both constantly chewing the scenery and spiking the camera. It's just like,
Yeah, she's pretty good at it. And then you have Deborah Reed, and then you have Jason right? I don't know. Elliot, I think that's the boyfriend.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah, I think so.
boyfriend.
Yep. And then you have Darren Ewing, who was the first, I think the guy with the glasses, the first guy that
Yeah, that's the oh my god one.
Yeah. And then you have his other 4 friends there.
Mm-hmm.
They all encounter the trolls at some point. All right, so here comes the big part of the show here, where we guess the numbers of this movie. I'm excited to hear what you have to say about the numbers.
11, 92, 12.
Okay, so again, as we're leading up to this movie, you have the boyfriends, you have the friends, you have the family in this town, and and oddly enough, they all get kind of taken down by these creepy townspeople, and they end up getting tied up with the goblins.
Yep.
I'm not gonna. They basically, that's what happens. I don't know how many days this movie lasts, maybe 7, but it each character kind of somehow comes across the goblins in some way. And we have other scenes to talk about. I'm just getting this stuff out of the way so we can.
You're just getting the good stuff out of the way. Is that what you're about
so we
to say?
can go down the memory lane on here. So the budget, gross world, and we don't have a week here because it never went to the movie theaters. But I do have a budget. I do have a worldwide gross, oddly enough. So this is all on you two to guess what.
I honestly, the budget can't be too high because they used mostly all the adults were from the nearby college that they cast from, and filming took an entire 3 weeks to do. So it wasn't. Yeah, I want to say like 20 grand.
Okay, 20 grand.
I can't. It can't be that high.
How much do you think it made? I'm gonna give you all a hint. just a hint.
$1 whole dollars.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say $500.
$500. Okay. Okay. Beard.
Well, if I remember right from part of the documentary, the guy was a dentist then too, and
well, he was going to college to become one.
Okay, because
So
like
that's
he would go back home for a couple of days, then come back to shoot, and I don't know if he was where he is now. If so, that's flight time and tickets. So, I mean, I would have to think at least like I'm going to assume that they didn't necessarily use money well and probably could have done it even cheaper.
That's what she said.
I'm going to give them $100,000 budget.
100,000.
100,000.
Wow.
Plus, they had to fly. We had to fly the director and like
100,000.
A couple people from Spain,
and
put them up in hotels and things.
What do you think it made?
Since it didn't get released in theaters, is this like lifetime sales afterwards?
Sure.
Because if it's lifetime sales,
there's only one number that I have.
Okay, if it's lifetime sales over, like it's going to be a lot bigger because it caught on as a cult classic. But I'm assuming the number is going to be much lower, so it's probably going to be a little bit closer to its like what would have been its release window if it hadn't hit theaters. So like $10,000.
Okay, so you say 10,000. Defro says 500. Defro, you said the budget was 20,000.
Mm-hmm.
And in Beard, you said 100,000. Well, Beard, you were actually correct on the budget.
That is correct.
Wow.
So it was, according to IMDb, the budget was $100,000, and it grossed a little over $1,100.
Nice.
Wow.
Oh boy.
I think Vanquish is reaching into a certain place and pulling facts out of there.
Vanquish, I have a question for you. I have a question for you, Vanquish, and I would like to get an answer.
Why are you gay?
Yep, $100,000. So it made him $101,000.
Wow.
I mean, I'm surprised they spent that much, to be honest with you. I mean, maybe the makeup effects might have been the largest part of the budget. You know, when it comes to when he gets turned into a plant.
Yeah, there are some. There's not many kind of like makeup and prosthetic effects, but the ones that there are, certain ones like that one, you could tell they took their time on. And even the nightmare that the kid is having at one point,
yeah,
you could tell that they took their time on that.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if both of those things ate up a pretty good part of the budget. That plus travel and housing for people.
Yeah, I don't think the popcorn scene took up a lot of budget.
Yeah.
I'll never be able to eat corn on the cob again.
Yeah, if you don't like corn, if you like corn on the cob, don't watch this movie. So here's the great town of Neilbog. You can come visit this town with a total population of, I think he said 20 people.
Yes.
Something
like that.
And you can come hang out here with the. Wait a second. You know what I just noticed? The kid in the little hat there and the wife in the striped dress are the family that's supposed to be in the city.
Yep.
Why were they here?
The dad asked him, "Hey, weren't y'all supposed to be gone?" And
I missed that.
He very plainly says, "We had car trouble. We're leaving tomorrow."
Exactly like that too. Yeah.
Oh, so I completely missed that plot point there.
Yeah, JT blacked out.
Okay.
The memory was already erasing itself about halfway through the movie.
Yeah. I did watch this movie once fully through and then once sped up. I wanted to make sure I said this one. Now, this is the town.
Did you watch the documentary, though?
No.
Because here's the thing. All right, the picture at the very top, the guy all the way to the left.
Oh,
Should I watch the documentary?
Yeah. Did you watch it?
No.
It's actually decently interesting.
Okay, so how about Beard? You put that in the chat, and people could also watch it.
I don't know if there's a easily accessible way to watch that.
Oh, I thought Detro he shared it. Didn't you share it?
It was on Amazon Prime if you had Prime.
Rowe, you could put it in the chat if you want to. I don't know if you're. Well, you could send it put it in the private chat, and then Beard.
Can put copy it over.
So this is the lovely town of Neilbog. I don't know where in the U.S. this is.
It's Utah.
Utah. Okay.
Oh.
Why do you know that?
It's in the documentary. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, that was the filming location.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's pretty much these people live in in the real town, right? Is that what you said?
Well, they live in a nearby university town. Like I was saying, the guy all the way to the left here, that looks kind of the older man to the left, all the way to the left. He was at the university psych ward, and they decided to tell him to go be in this movie for some reason. And because the original person that was supposed to show up for that part didn't show up, he got the part. And so you literally had somebody from a psych ward, university psych ward show up just to play it.
Yep, and he was acting in a scene across from like this. I think he said is like this annoying kid, and he just hated him. He just like it wasn't even like until like later on in his life when he got a little bit better that he was like, I wasn't acting in that scene. I hated him.
I could understand that. Now, if you haven't noticed, people, Neilbog spelled backwards is goblin.
It's so hilarious. It's like they were trying to have like the red rum reveal, but it's just the kid sees it in a reflection. Oh my god, Neilbog backwards is goblin.
Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
Pretty much. And the town is vegetarian.
Mm-hmm. And they have some weird ass milk that they're trying to push off on everybody.
Yes, they have green milk, kind of like blue milk from Last Jedi. What did you say? Never noticed that about Neil Blog. Thank you. Really? Really? That's me cussing you out.
He's actually
okay. Okay, I can't read in mirrors. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. All right.
That explains.
So this is the
I don't
town.
think what? That don't make any sense. Okay, whatever.
So the town is a vegetarian. So basically what happens is they have to get normal people to come to this town so they can feed them this green food, so that way they can turn into plants. So the goblins can eat them.
It could have been a horror story about flesh-eating trolls. No, it's a weird story about plant-eating goblins.
Yeah.
That only kill you after they turn you into plant matter.
Right, and if you even mention the meat,
hot dogs.
Okay.
You know what they make those things out of, huh, Chet? You know? Lips and assholes.
It goes for bologna too.
So I know Def and I have done this several times already. But in the documentary, the writer explains that during the time of her life that she wrote this, a bunch of her friends were going vegetarian or vegan, and she was just so annoyed about hearing about it that she wrote them as basically the bad guys.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's funny.
Because and throughout the whole movie, they're just trying to get them to eat anything that has the substance on it, so it can start transforming them.
Yeah, it turns them into. If you look kind of closely there, at the bottom left, a green mush.
Yeah, and it's weird too, because like they're still in the shape that they were, but they turn into green jello.
Yeah.
Or a potted plant, and at least one.
Somebody stole all our lunches.
I'll tell you who took those lunches. That damn Sasquatch.
Or the trolls.
That's why nobody sees Sasquatches anymore. They ate the green food and all turned into trees.
Right, and if you notice from the preview I gave you of this wonderful movie, Peter, right there in the bottom right, is getting served up a nice bowl of pea soup or something.
Because the goblins can transform into humans, and so he finds this pretty lady and thinks she's saving him, and she turns him into green.
And that's and that's a hint. If you haven't gotten it, most of the people in the town are the goblins. Yeah. Yep. So there's this scene where remember we told you the family switched houses, and the upper left corner there, they made the new family. Can't remember what's the name of this family's last name. I can't remember. The Waits.
Oh, the Waits. The Waits go into the family. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a family in this house. So the family, so they show up, and the people who left, they made them the nice, wonderful green meal. I'm talking with green drink.
You know what you call this? This is hospitality.
Yeah, this is hospitality. We got a lot coming up. Now remember when we told you about Grandpa? He is trying to warn the kid. Don't eat any of this food, because starve yourself. Like, don't eat for like a week. Like, don't eat because you will
turn you into a plant.
Yeah, and the trolls will eat, or the goblins will eat you. And so the kid's like, I'm not going to eat this. And so the grandpa tells him, you have to do whatever it takes to get them to.
I missed the part. He must have said, like, I can stop them for now, but you only have 30 seconds to start. And so he's looking around. He goes, I have to do it. I have to do it. He stands up on his chair. You see him pull down his zipper, and then it just cuts to him like being dragged away by his dad.
Yep. So here's the scene. The kid sees his dad drinking green juice, probably ectoplasm from the 90s. And you see the family eating some biscuits with green butter and corn with green butter. And oddly enough, there's a red drink on the table as well. I wonder what that means. And then the kid, like, I have to. And he is absolutely correct, Beard. He pulls out his, not on camera, but
You don't see that.
he whips it out and he pees all over his.
He pees on the spread, man.
Yeah, he pees all over the table.
You're out! Doyle rules!
Pretty much pees all over the table, ruining the food, so his family doesn't
eat
it. Yeah, they don't eat it, so they're safe for now. But they don't end up eating because I guess they had like 30. He had 30 seconds to do it, right, or something.
Yeah.
So
Like
after this,
grandpa snaps his fingers and he basically has to make a decision in 30 seconds.
Right. So
And
after
that's
this,
the best he could come up with, I guess.
I mean, you could have like you could have knocked everything over, right? Why would you pee?
That must have been some really dehydrated piss if it smelled that bad.
Yeah. Well, the kid does get in trouble. His dad
You can't pee on hospitality. I won't have it.
Yeah,
I
his
would
dad
allow
does get him. His dad does get mad. He picks him up, and his wife says, "Don't beat him, don't beat him." And then we get this lovely scene.
I won't allow it.
What are you going to do to me, Daddy?
Tighten my belt by one loop so I don't feel hunger pains, and your sister and mother will have to do likewise. Okay, Joshua, you want to get rough with me? You want to show me that you don't like the choice of this house for our vacation by going on a hunger strike? Well, I'll accept the challenge. But just remember, when I was your age, I really did suffer from hunger. We'll see who gets through this. But just remember, I've got more practice than you. I'll see you tomorrow.
I'm tied to my belt so I don't feel hunger pains.
Let me know if you want me to play that again. Yeah.
I won't allow it.
What are you going to do to me, Daddy?
Tighten my belt by one loop so I don't feel hunger pains, and your sister and mother will have to do likewise. Okay, Joshua, you want to get rough with me? You want to show me that you don't like the choice of this house for our vacation by going on a hunger strike? Well, I'll accept the challenge. But just remember, when I was your age, I really did suffer from hunger. We'll see who gets through this. But just remember, I've got more practice than you. I'll see you tomorrow.
I've seen that several times before the show, and I still can't handle it. It's so funny and disturbing at the same time. Fake, we're just still at it.
Really? Okay. I mean, if you think so.
He's pissing on our hospitality right now.
Yeah, Beard, before R2, before you head out, did you end the poll? I need to know what the results were in the poll before you head out, Rick.
But yes, credit to R2. He's the one that puts our faces on everything.
Yeah,
There's been a lot more that you guys never see.
Yeah, it is. We should do a whole stream of just that. Maybe a Weekend Harder. We haven't done a Weekend Harder in a while. Okay, so that's one scene that is interesting in this whole movie. Now here's the witch, which I think she's a witch, right?
She's of druidic origin. Her ancestors came from Stonehenge.
But
she
see,
brought part of it with her.
But see, at one point she changes. She takes the form of a troll. I mean, a goblin, though. That's because that's the one that got the hand cut off.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you can't ask questions.
So did she bring them from Europe to this American town in Utah?
That's what's suggested. Yes.
Okay, because Peter was looking like he was hanging out with Robin Hood.
Even though that forest is clearly one of the ones that's in Utah. I've seen it on some other content on YouTube. So it's very much a local forest. Yeah.
Really? You have?
Yeah, but
that's true. You actually you're not lying.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain of it. Those like aspen trees or whatever they are.
Yeah, but Peter wasn't looking. I mean, come on. Did you see what he was wearing?
Oh no, I'm not. I'm just saying the filming location.
Yeah, it's
But
all
yes,
Utah.
I have to say it again because the way she says her name is anytime she introduces herself, Credence Leonore Gielgud.
Well, she looks like this in the beginning. This I don't know,
R2.
witchy looking thing. No, she doesn't go to the dentist. Goblins on a plane. Yeah, I like that.
Awesome.
And then she turns into this, like, she sticks her face in that stone from Stonehenge, and she turns into this beautiful corn stroking.
She seduces one of the horny teenagers.
Yeah, she does.
That's what she said.
His response when he invites her inside the RV is,
Wait.
"I do like popcorn."
Yeah, and he gets.
All the big girls get loose with it. All the skinny girls let Bruce hit it. Let a player.
That's an old clip. I haven't been able to play that one for a long time. That's
says,
literally what happens in the RV. I'll play it one more time.
All the big girls get loose with it. All the skinny girls let Bruce.
She's like, "Well, I guess all we have to do is heat it up." And you like see her like climb on top of him, and you're like, "Oh, okay, they're just gonna do the thing," and she'll like, take him back or whatever. No, then the camera shoots from the side, and it's like they're making out, but the corn is right between them, and they're just gnawing on the corn on each side, like they're trying to get through to devour each other's faces.
Yeah.
How do you
So
eat corn?
weird.
Man?
I will never be able to eat corn on the cob ever again.
They just pulled the Lady in the Tramp moment.
Why are you gay?
Yeah, that she gets kind of corn stroking. Yep.
You could say the scene is corny.
Ooh.
But
wow, that was a good one. That was like a Jacob line there. So she does. Yeah, so this lady controls the trolls or the goblins, right?
Yes.
She's like the leader. So she's kind of making the food. She does all the stuff for them. She, feeds them. She's like their mother, right? Yeah, the scene is popping. Yeah. Well, she also makes friends with the mom. Like, hey, you should make all this food because she's another woman, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty certain she made that cake out of the dude with the other one of the other guys.
Yeah, because she like whacks him down with a chainsaw, and then next thing you know, you see a blender.
Okay, so let's back up a little bit before you get into the chainsaws. So yes, so basically, this woman, when these people change into a tree, they get put into this like greenhouse where she lives. I didn't read that. What did that say? Yeah, she corn. Yep. Mm-hmm. And she, you're basically in a greenhouse, and it's really creepy.
The tree touched me.
And they're alive because they're people, and she chops them up to feed them or make things out of them.
The guy in the blue with the glasses that gets turned into that. He gets paralyzed when they go in there, and
and if you want to see
the tree,
here's the chainsaw scene. Yeah, I'm gonna take your moment of silence of like, this is a great scene.
I wasn't sure if it was supposed to be playing.
No.
She says, "Don't worry, it'll only tickle." You're like, "Oh, okay, this is a horror movie, so he's gonna be like, ah." No, you start hearing her cut his legs off, and he just starts going.
Yeah, he laughs.
He had this prosthetic that covered his mouth because she thought he talked too much and he was annoying. Turns out at one point he was standing in that pot in makeup for like 8 hours, was complaining that on set that he couldn't feel his legs, and the director got tired of him talking, so he went up and stuck the prosthetic on his face to cover his mouth so he wouldn't talk.
Yeah.
The director wasn't as bad as she is.
Wow. All right, so we're gonna get into. I know this movie didn't come out into the theaters, but it did kind of have some type of. It's been in a theater. Here's another poster. where they showed it. I don't know what date this was, but it was at a film festival. Lost Media Archive presents Troll 2, the best worst movie ever made, in Salt Lake, Utah, Film Society. I don't see the year on this, but
it was probably 2009, 2008, somewhere around there, because that's what they were making the documentary for, is because it had gained a small following.
A small following.
Yeah, well, and Alamo Drafthouse had played it as well. That's also in the documentary. They just kind of went to little small towns throughout the West and was putting it up in theaters, and hundreds of people would showing up to watch it. Honestly.
I mean, and it actually even originated more organically than that, where it was just people who had happened to see it would tell their friends, and then they'd get together to watch it with their friends, and their friends would tell friends, and then suddenly you had these whole communities getting together that would watch this annually.
Doesn't that make you gay?
Anyways, and the scene next to it is
the scene made me actually
it's kind of the ending, but it's a scene
almost
where the kid
blacked out, and I'm not kidding. I was wheeze laughing so hard I got tunnel vision.
Well, we're not going to ruin the scene, but that's the picture of her with the. You can save it till the end.
Think
that's
of the toxins.
Yeah, they don't like meat. Is really what it is. Now, if you wanted to watch this movie, I'm going to give. This movie was released in VHS, yes, around December 14th, 1990. I did find that out. Mm-hmm. Now, if you wanted to go watch a better movie in the movie theater, this was your lineup. So you had Home Alone, which is was about five weeks into the theater. You had Look Who's Talking, Edward Scissorhands, which would have been a way better creepy movie to watch. Dances with Wolves, Misery, a way better creepy movie to watch. Mermaids, I don't remember that movie. The Rookie, Three Men and a Little Lady, which was a sequel to Three Men and a Baby. Havana, Predator 2, again, a way better movie to watch than this one. And then Freeze, Die, Come to Life. I don't know what that movie was.
That one is either.
It still
made 5 times what Troll 2 did.
It sure did.
Weekend.
Yes.
Second weekend, I guess.
So here's some movies that you could have watched that same weekend besides renting Troll 2 at the video store.
I know for a fact that I had The Rookie on VHS, and I wore the shit out of that movie.
Yeah, that's a good one. Beard, have you seen which movies how many have you not seen?
Well, let me say what I have seen. I've seen Home Alone. I think I've probably seen part of Look Who's Talking 2, but not for a very long time. I've seen parts of Edward Scissorhands, Dances with Wolves, The Rookie, Predator 2. And I think
a lot of sequels. A lot of sequels.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, there you go. That was the. I didn't do the clip. I mean, I guess we could. I mean, that was in the theaters.
Shut drums and stop kicking the seats! We're trying to watch the movie!
Here's some more posters or cover art that people have done throughout the years of this movie. Yes. Hey, Squeaks!
Look at that.
$25. Wow.
Now we're halfway to having to show my hairy feet. Dang it.
Wow. Now we're halfway to show Beard's feet.
I'm kidding. I am not putting my feet on camera. I don't care how much money you put.
They were watching a movie about Goblin. You got to show Goblin feet.
Yeah, thank you.
No, that's you mean Goblin feet, not. Okay, never mind.
So, yeah. So this is. I don't know if this. I think the first one on the left there is fan art. I think the second one is literally like what you would find in a $5 bin.
Well, no, you see the 18 on the below down there.
Yeah,
that was probably like a UK release.
Oh, okay. I thought that was how many people have seen this movie.
No.
Okay.
Well, that's what they recommend age-wise to watch it.
I don't even know why. I mean, there's nothing frightening about this film. There's only like.
You want to watch that clip again? I'm just tightening my belt.
Oh no.
We can do it one more time for Beard.
What are you going to do to me, Daddy?
Penalty. I won't allow it.
What are you going to do to me, Daddy?
Tightening my belt by one loop so I don't feel hunger pains. And your sister and mother will have to do likewise. Okay, Joshua. You want to get rough with me. You want to show me that you don't like the choice of this house for our vacation by going on a hunger strike. Well, I'll accept the challenge. But just remember, when I was your age, I really did suffer from hunger. We'll see who gets through this. But just remember, I've got more practice than you. I'll see you tomorrow.
The look on your face is perfect, man.
The first time I saw that, I was not ready for little kid JT.
Yeah, no one was ready for little kid JT.
Stay
Okay, so there's some other posters. Here's what the VHS actually looked like.
Yeah, that's that same photo that you showed earlier.
Now, if you were a smart renter, you would have looked at the cover and be like, "That's a different kid," and that's a different. What's going on here? But I don't know. Maybe it doesn't matter.
Well,
I also noticed
they could have had a different kid picked out for the movie, and the kid didn't show up, and they already taken the photo. You never know.
I'm just assuming they had done. They did basically no publicity shots or anything that they could use for marketing. and had to make it up on the fly.
I want you to realize how crazy this VHS is. So it says the original boogeyman is back. There's no mention in this movie about a boogeyman. It also says horrifies you in your sleep and haunts you in your life. They don't come into the sleep at all.
Well, he did fall asleep in the van and have a dream about it, but that's about it.
Yeah, and outside of his nightmare, there's nothing even remotely frightening or disturbing in this movie. Like,
okay, so they're all leaning off that one nightmare he had in his Astro van.
Yes,
I think they're trying to sell you on something they know it isn't because they just want you to like buy the tape. That's it.
Hey,
this was in somebody else's hands at this.
Well,
point.
At least the tagline is better than one wasn't enough. So, referencing. Here's the chainsaw scene again. So basically, yeah. So the way this movie ends, and I'm going to tell you, it's I'm going to flat out spoil it all for everyone. So if you're not interested, mute me because we have more stuff to talk about. So the family does eventually kind of group together, kumbaya-ish, with the boyfriend, with the kid, and the grandpa.
Yeah, they have to.
I'm not going to tell you how Grandpa comes around. I'm going to. There is a seance.
The only thing that can defeat the goblins is like
meat,
power of love or happiness or something.
And meat.
And meat, yeah.
Well,
they don't like the meat. The meat was just a scare.
Yeah,
that's what she said.
And the kid threw his meat at him.
That's what she said.
Get that double decker bologna sandwich.
That's what she said.
Michael.
But anyway, I'm sorry, JJ. Continue. Yes.
Yeah. So the family finally gets together. Yeah, they do a little seance. Grandpa comes back. They fight the goblins, and they eventually defeat them with bologna sandwiches. I'm not gonna tell you why or how, but they do. And then they go home. When they go home, they realize their food has been poisoned by the goblins, which I don't know how or who.
Well, one of the goblins throws a softball with a message on it, similar to when they first showed up at the other house.
Okay.
So the goblin family that was originally supposed to go to the house didn't go to the house, ended up going to the house after they got called out.
Oh, yeah. It was them.
That was the four left.
And then the kid comes downstairs, I think, or around the hallway. He sees the goblins eating his family. And then he screams. And then it cuts to credits. And that's the end of the movie.
Did I ever tell you about the day that Steve Martin died? Steve Martin's not dead, Mike.
I know.
Well, for the record, it's only the mom that gets eaten.
Technically, that's the only one that we see.
That's the only one, because the daughter goes off to be with her boyfriend, goes with him to his house.
Oh,
Right,
okay.
yeah, right out of the van, she like leaves with him. The dad's like, I gotta do something for work, and he goes off to does something.
He's got a side piece.
Yeah,
the
probably.
corn lady.
Get his corn buttered.
Yeah, there you go. All right. So, and Beard of Liberty, he just ran off with his monkey.
George of the jungle, strong as he can be.
only caught the end of it there on my end. I don't know if it did anything else on the stream.
It did something.
Yeah, maybe.
It's only the mom that gets eaten. Yeah, yep. I forgot about that. And then the kid screams, and then it literally rolls to credits.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, you're thinking it's gonna have this nice, like, it's just another nightmare ending. Nope.
Yeah, you would think Grandpa would have showed up and warned them that they were at this house, but nope, he's gone too.
No, Grandpa left too.
Yeah. Gave him a satchel. So it's like just reach in there and grab it.
Can you imagine if you were really excited about this movie and you're like, yes, they survived, and then that's
all I can say is the grandpa built up this book bag as if it was the end all be all to the goblins, and the kid leaves it behind.
Yeah. Well,
he takes one bologna sandwich out of it, and then he's done with the bag.
So we're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna wrap up our final review here, and obviously, what we do there is we review this on Criticalist. And by the way, I wish there was this option on Criticalist. Yeah. What the F?
While you're pulling that up in the documentary, I know we keep going back to this. There's one point where the guy that plays the dad goes into like a video store and asks about it, and the lady says, "Oh yeah, that's over in our holy effing shit section." He's like, "Oh really?" And there's a sign that says that just all out.
Nice.
Like they put the really bad stuff. And he picks up the DVD and it's got Troll and Troll 2 on it. It's got both of them. She goes, "Yeah, but the second one's the reason it's over here."
I want Beard to wear this outfit for Halloween.
I think I'd look pretty good in a vest and a puffy shirt, but I don't know about that hat.
All right. Well, here we go. Troll 2, 1990. We're probably going to be one of the first ones to rate this movie.
You are the first.
Okay. So we're going to rate this. I'm literally right around here.
Oh, it's heinous.
Now there's another review option where we can say how entertaining this movie was. But overall, this movie is literally I've seen some
bad movie.
I've seen worse. So
yeah, I've seen Plan 9 from Outer Space, and I consider Plan 9 from Outer Space to be far worse.
Well, I've seen Thanksgiving. Thank you to the Salty Nerd podcast. I've seen that movie. That movie was horrible, really horrible. There was another one they reviewed too that I had to watch that I don't like. So this one's up there though. But 10% heinous is what we're going. You agree? Or you want a 5?
That sounds fair to me. Honestly,
10?
I mean, because this was never. I mean, I know they tried to make it a good movie, or they were just making a movie. But that's what makes this whole damn movie so damn funny, is how serious it tries to be and doesn't come off as that at all.
I don't think there's a lot of graphic language in this movie, is there?
No, there's not.
No.
Any hardly, really.
I mean, they may say, I think they may say like shit or something. I don't think they say anything else.
Yeah, the daughter does call him something shit for pissing on the table.
Okay. Oh, he does. It's right.
Yeah.
Little shit.
I mean, that's kind of
yeah. That's it.
It's okay.
He's not a little shit. He's just sensitive.
Yeah.
This movie is a little shit.
All right, so then it does have a lot of violence, quite a bit. I would say with the green, it's not really bloody, but people get eaten.
It's actually not over the top enough that I think you don't even have to go that old with a kid to get most of those scenes to be completely okay. I think the only one that some of the younger kids would have problems with is the nightmare that the kid has when he kind of starts turning into a plant. Other than that,
so
I
it's
think
a
for the
little.
most part, it's just fine.
Probably in the middle ground there.
Yeah.
I don't.
They call it vegan genocide.
There's not. I mean, there's the boyfriend girlfriend, but they don't do anything.
No.
The only thing that really does anything is the whole popcorn scene, and that was just kind of
Oh, there's a little bit of popcorn stroking. That's right.
And she showed a little bit of leg too, and
that corn get popped.
What do you want to say, Beard? Corn got popped?
Sure, let's go with that.
Corn Pop was a bad dude.
Yeah. Okay. And then there wasn't really any political things in it. I don't know if this was family friendly.
I'd say maybe.
Yeah, because I mean, if you're teenager on up, or even
I'm gonna go slightly.
Preteen, we could watch this. Really, it's not.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go right here. How about that?
I think it's definitely closer to maybe because there's not much in there, especially people who are picking something that looks like it's going to be a horror movie. They've probably already shown their kids far worse than this.
Maybe next Halloween. This is when Halloween, like October, is when we kind of venture out of our comfort zone of movies. So yeah.
But I will say this: the next movie, the other one that I picked is by the same director who did Dead Alive.
Yeah, that sounded actually really good, and we're not doing that one, but we could do it another time. Okay, so entertainment value, it's pretty bad, but it's fun to talk about. So I would
put it this way. This way. To me, it is far more fun if you've never seen this and you want to watch it. Get a group together. Watching it by myself was a chore. But talking about it and revisiting it with you guys is so much more fun than I had actually watching the movie. So I think if you on your first viewing, you should watch it with a group of friends.
Hi, what's up? Is that an I or
hey,
a J?
Rinsler.
Okay, you know this guy. Okay.
Yeah. We play Helldivers over on with the Salty Nerd guys.
Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. If you really want to watch us review one of the worst movies ever, rewind it. Okay, there you go. I submitted the review. I'll post our YouTube link in there after it's done. Again, that's on criticals.com. Where no critics review, but it's all fun, friendly people reviewing movies.
And
careful, Squeak a Mouse. You want to make sure it's Troll 2 and not Trolls 2 because that's the animated one.
Yeah, Trolls 2 is the. I mean, Justin Timberlake could have been in this movie.
It's just uncredited, right?
Yeah. I've done that a few times. I was looking it up for pictures, and I'm like, I don't remember that. But yeah, it's. Beard, did we ever put the video to the documentary in the chat? Did we get that?
Oh, I didn't. I didn't go looking for it because I thought somebody else had. Like,
okay,
Devereaux said it was on Prime available, but I don't know if it's anywhere that's.
I'll find
unless
it.
you sail the sea.
He sent it to me, so I think he sent it to me. I thought he sent it to all of us, but he sent it to me. So give me a second. Beard, why don't you give your Beard mini review of this movie real quick? What was your favorite moment and what was your least favorite moment, and why I'm looking for this link?
The moment that just kind of made me like, I just can't. I don't know if I can handle this. And the moment where I stopped and messaged Devereaux and said, "I don't think I was built for movies this bad," was the corn scene. I just stopped it and like threw down my hat and was like, "What the hell is happening here? This can't. Somebody thought this was a good idea. I'm getting punked, right? This is like, it's like an SNL sketch that's written poorly acted, and has gone on for about 128 minutes too long."
Yeah, pretty much. So here is the documentary of the movie. It's actually, I'm giving you the IMDb link. You can watch this in multiple places. Actually,
Yeah.
it looks like you can watch it on Tubi, which you can watch this movie
Okay.
also on Tubi, and then watch this documentary. And here it is. Watch the documentary as you're watching the movie, so you can have a fun time with that.
Well, and I will say also, because you asked for my favorite scene. My favorite scene is definitely the one that actually nearly made me pass out from laughing.
The bologna scene. Yeah.
With the bologna sandwich.
He's so poisonous after eating bologna. They don't want to be around him.
Oh my god.
That was another point where I had to stop the movie, but that's because I was worried I was going to fall out of my chair and wake up about 20 minutes later.
I think I was staring over you.
Yeah, fun. My least favorite moment of the movie was the end. I just couldn't. The reason why I had to rewatch it at a different speed was I was trying to figure out what the heck happened, and I'm still clueless on what happened.
JT's got to the end and he thought I sat through this entire thing for that.
Well, and I didn't sit a full hour and 38 minutes. I watched the parts, and then that's probably why I missed some things.
But you said your wife walked in on you while you were watching it. Did you close the browser when that happened?
No, it was on. No, it was.
It's not what it looks like. It's not what it looks like.
No, it was on my screen here, and I was doing the speed review of it.
Okay.
When
it's research for work, I swear.
No, she did not want to watch this movie, and she knew we were reviewing it. And then when I was showing her a speed review, she had so many questions. Yeah, a drunk watch party. Yeah, it would be a good one. Now, my favorite part of the movie was just I would say in part just the character in general was the grandpa. He's just shows up talking ghostly, pretending to be a homeless man on the street, trying to warn his family. And I guess it's one thing to do when you're dead is to warn them not to be eaten by goblins. So at least he stuck around a little bit and did that. And there were some moments of like, what the heck am I watching, which were pretty fun.
Yeah, he kind of goes John Wick on the end there. I mean, with the axe and everything.
Yeah. Def, what is your favorite and least favorite of this movie?
My favorite is what everybody's normally that is a fan of this movie is the whole you're not going to piss on the hospitality.
People's food. Yeah, the pee scene. Yeah,
you don't piss on the hospitality, man.
What are you going to do to me, Daddy?
Stop it.
I won't allow it.
What are you going to do to me, Daddy?
Tighten my belt by one loop so I don't feel hunger pains. And your sister and mother will have to do likewise. Okay, Joshua, you want to get rough with me? You want to show me that you don't like the choice of this house for our vacation by going on a hunger strike? Well, I'll accept the challenge. But just remember, when I was your age, I really did suffer from hunger. We'll see who gets through this. But just remember, I've got more practice than you. I'll see you tomorrow.
This has so many layers to it, you just don't know. I think his dad was homeless at one time, to be honest with you.
Maybe that was his dad on the road.
But here's the thing about that scene. If you watch the documentary, and every time they went to one of these theaters to do a showing of the movie, him and that the kid would get up there on stage and reenact that one part every single time. He said it got to the point where he's like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm tired of Troll 2 now. Like even the actor was like, I don't know about this movie anymore. And then the mom, my other favorite scene is the scene in the Astro van where the mom turns, like they're having an argument with the daughter. And she turns to the back to the kid. It's like, how about you sing that song that we all like, that I like so much? And it ends up being Row, Row, You Freaking Boat.
Yeah.
I'm like,
that's a great song. Great song.
Why would anybody call that the song I loved so much? The real monster in this movie is the mom. It's a good thing she died. She likes that song.
Yeah, I guess maybe. Yeah.
Oh, in the documentary, she does not fare well in real life. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah, she becomes the cat lady. Basically.
Oh, wow. All right, before we head off and end the wrap up there, we would love to hear what you think after the fact. If you go and watch this movie by yourself or with friends, please come back to the movie, share in the comments what you thought about it, and go rate it over there on criticalist.com. But before we let you go, just remember, we have a new video series coming out once a week on Tuesdays. We have top 5 rentals of the 1985, 86, and 87. 87 comes out tomorrow morning. It are basically short movie, little videos that cover like what you probably would most likely rented in these years and why they were so fun and why people enjoyed them. And we're going to wrap up. We're doing the whole 80s, so 88, 89 are coming in the next few weeks, and then we'll go right into the 90s because Blockbuster, that's where we went to mostly rent our videos, and I also went to Rowe's house. He had a lot of videos to rent too. But we would love you to check out these videos and tell us what you think about them, and it would be great, and to share them with your friends. I still have a black. Yeah. It's not even like bent. It's perfect. So.
Might have one somewhere around here.
Yeah, Blockbusters was a great place, and there's other video stores too. Just most people recognize that one, but you could rent this movie probably at a Blockbuster at that time. And there you go. Rick just put it in the chat there if you haven't seen it. Well, Rowe, I know you did Troll 1 on your channel. What else do you have coming up?
As far as what's coming up this next Saturday, I might pick something that is Peter Jackson related because we're going to do a Peter Jackson movie on Monday. So I'm still going back and forth of which one I want to do. I might do Bad Taste. I'm not sure.
Okay.
So I love the Peter Jackson stuff, the early stuff. This is way before Lord of the Rings. So yeah.
You like was it Cabin in the Woods?
Yeah, that was pretty. Was that him or is that?
Was it Cabin in the Woods? I think it was. There was a movie we did with a cabin. It was like a scary movie.
Well, I don't know if it was Peter Jackson that did it or not, though. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, I've got that movie as well. I like that movie, but it's kind of went strange there towards the end, though.
I'm pretty sure it was Cabin in the Woods.
Okay.
I could be wrong. I'm wrong sometimes. It could be something else that I'm thinking of. Oh,
okay. Joss Whedon.
Joss Whedon is Cabin in the Woods. Okay. What did he do then?
Well, there's not too many. And see,
we're doing Frighteners tomorrow, next Monday. People, by the way, so that is a Peter Jackson movie. We're doing Frighteners.
Well, in that movie, Michael J. Fox, I want to say that's the only horror movie he ever did.
Yes.
Teen Wolf really wasn't a horror movie. That was kind of.
I am so excited about Star Wars.
All good. No, we're excited to do Frighteners. I'm excited to check out his channel. We put it in the chat as well. Frighteners is a good one. Here's Def's channel if you want to check him out. And you did mention us in your last video, which was awesome, by the way. Thank you for doing that. Beard, what are you doing in the near future?
Well, if I had a good memory and was a good panelist, I'd remember what I was doing for reviewing for Jacob's show tomorrow. I will have to go.
Move this man!
I know. My memory's not great, so I tend to watch the movies right before I go on stream. So that's when I worry about it.
Tomorrow night, live on Jacob Ironside's channel.
Yes,
you're doing the Addams Family, the one
right.
from the 90s.
Now, there's entirely possible, I don't remember because a lot of people have signed up for the spooky season, that I might just be there in the chat hanging out, but I still have a good time. But so people should still go check that out.
Yeah. His
Other than
videos
that,
right here.
Is it the first or second movie that has the MC Hammer song?
It's probably the first one because MC Hammer was popular when that came out. So.
Other than that, I do gaming on my channel. Still going strong with Dragon Age Origins. I recently wrapped up the main storyline for Fallout London, which is a fantastic total conversion. And I've filled that slot with Ghostwire Tokyo, which is kind of a first-person, kind of slightly spooky thing where basically the Shibuya district of Tokyo is completely, everyone's vanished. Just their clothes are left behind, and the streets are populated with ghosts, spirits, and yokai. It's pretty fun.
Yeah. We're excited for it. I mean, I like watching you do your gameplays. You do pretty good, but I'm excited for Frighteners as well. And I did find something before we head out. Where I lost it, actually. Never mind. Oh, yeah, this one. I forgot about this scene. So we're going to watch a little bit, one more clip of this wonderful movie before we send you off. That way you can go check it out yourself. If I can just get it shared here. Everything's... The delay is awesome, right? Just like this movie. Okay, here we go.
Oh, and Sheriff, where did the girls from around here go at night?
There's no girls in this town, apparently. So, yeah.
I love that his character's name is Sheriff Gene Freak.
Well, there you go. All right, everyone. Thanks for hanging out. Make sure you hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please do. That would be fantastic. This helps the channel. And we'd love to see you back next Monday when we do Frighteners, and every Monday night when we do our nostalgia movie reviews. All right, Beard, you want to say something cool before we leave?
I can't. This movie, I don't have anything.
Don't eat green food. Later.
Truck to refrigerators to dumpster, 360 spin onto the palace, backflip gainer into the trash.
This is it. Man, big stuff. Just relax and have fun with it. Just have fun with it.